Welcome to Chapter 2. In this chapter, we are going to learn how to put in a shortcut icon on our browser tab, as well as learn 3 new metadata tags. So this is part 1 of Chapter 2. Make sure at this time you have picked up the Chapter 2 HTML codes that are on the table. You will need these as you work through this video. Make sure that you do the video step-by-step through with me so that you have a good sense of how to do your project on your own. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do flag E, and we want to find our flash drive that contains our Chapter 1. Here we go, Chapter 1, My First Web Page. We're going to select it, right click, and we're going to copy that. Please stop the video at this time and go ahead and do that, and then return back. Welcome back. You have copied your My First Web Page. Then we're going to go up to our paths here at the top and click on Web Design 1. And if you have not created a Chapter 2, please stop and do so now. Once you have that Chapter 2 folder created, we're going to double click inside, then right click, or you can do Control V, and we will paste that website into our Chapter 2 folder. So now we have My First Web Page here, which will allow us to add on our Chapter 2 short icon and our metadata tags. We're going to double click on the folder. We're going to select index.html. Just a reminder, all home pages are labeled index.html. We're going to right click and we're going to edit this with Notepad++. While I'm waiting for that to open, here is another reminder. Since we're going to be dealing with images, please remember to turn on your extensions so that you will have your extension if we need when we go to use or get an image. So you need to do that now. So make sure your extensions are turned on. If you look at your Chapter 2 HTML codes, you're going to see a code there that starts with an HTML called link. We are going to go ahead and link our website. So I'm going to put my cursor at the end of line 5, which is my head tag. I'm going to hit my enter key a couple times and I'm going to tab in, and I'm going to type in link, and then I'm going to type in REL, which stands for relationship. So we're creating a link that will have a relationship to the browser tab by using a shortcut. So then we're going to equals, and then we're going to type in shortcut as one word, and then icon, and then we'll close out with a quotation mark, and then a space, and we're going to type in our hyperreference. This is actually how you link, so we're going to type in href, which stands for hyperreference link, and then we're just going to type in path / and then we're going to type in file name .extension, and then we're going to close that out. Now we're going to have to come back here while you're typing that in. We're going to have to come back here and change all this, but right now we need to get an image. We're going to go up and click on our save, and then we're going to go to Google Chrome, and we want to go to images. And when we get to images, we are going to type in, let's type in number 1 since this is our first web page. So we'll get the symbol for number 1. Before we can take a symbol, we have to go to Tools, then go to Usable Rights to get our Creative Commons. So we want label for reuse with modification. Once this opens up, you can find an image that you like that you might want to insert. I kind of like this one, so I'm going to click on it. Then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to save this image as, and then I'm going to go find my flash drive, and my web design folder. I'm going in chapter 2, my first web page, and then I'm double click on images, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. This is a ping, which is fine, so I'm going to save it. Make sure your extension is displayed. If it's not, do not type it in, but rather stop and go turn on your extensions. So then we'll save this. Then I'm going to go back to Notepad++, and I'm going to double click on path. And if I go to my open folder icon, I should be able to see that my path is images. Right here is my images. So I can click on this or double click on it, I should say, and then I can come up here and copy that so that, oops, sorry about that. This happens when you rush. Get back in here. I can come up here, select it and copy it, Control C, and then I can go back here and hopefully it's going to do what I want it to do. Control V. Naturally it didn't, so I'm going to type in images. Then I need to go get the file name, so I'm going to go up to my open icon, double click on images, and then I'm going to select my logo. Then I'm going to come down to file name, I'm going to select it and Control C. I do not need the height and width since this is just a shortcut. So I'm going to go back to my Notepad++. I'm going to select this and I'm going to paste in. Then I'm going to save. I'm going to go up to run and I'm going to launch this in Chrome. And notice now at the top, I have a little number 1, which is my shortcut link for my image. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in our 3 metadata tags. So if everything's good, if you got your shortcut link to work, then continue going. If not, figure out why, or if you need help, let me know. Just pause the video. All right, now I'm going to put my cursor on line 11. And you want to make sure that you put your meta character set on the line after the title. I know some people put it above, but the best place is to keep all your meta tags together. So at the end of line 11, if you have your metadata tag on 7, bring it down. And then I'm going to hit enter. And we're going to put in our first metadata tag. And if you look at your HTML codes, you're going to see that I am putting in our first one. I'm going to type in title. Then I'm going to type in content equals. And I want to type in metadata dash, well, and then I'm going to type in my first web page because this is the title of our website. That's the first meta title that you want to put in. And the meta tags, this one here, the title one, this one's important to put in because it speaks directly to the browser. We're going to hit our enter key twice and we're going to put in our next metadata tag. This one is going to be for a description. We only want one space in there. And then I'm going to put my content in. This description is important in a metadata search. So you want to make sure that you give a good search because sometimes these descriptions will actually show up in the Google search. So this web page is related to my first web page. We're going to keep it short and simple, but normally you would probably expand on that, especially if you want people to find your website. So you give more detailed description in regards to what your website's actually about. Then we're going to hit our enter key a couple times and we're going to put in our last metadata tag. This will be a robot, and the robot is simply telling or talking to the browser, telling that in the search you want it to do a regular search that you normally would do. You can do exceptions, so we're going to tell it to just do what it normally does, and that is to index and follow. We're going to save this, and now we have our 4 meta tags in together, followed by our closing. So when we run this, we're not going to see any difference in our document. We're going to only see that we have this little number 1 on our browser tab. The rest of the metadata tags talks directly to the browser, telling it how to handle itself in a search. So it's really talking to the search engine, telling the search engine how to do a search. So we have finished the first part of part 1. So we have put in our link for putting in our icon, and we have put in our 3 new metadata tags. So make sure you save that and then exit out, and thank you for watching.